The Darkest Dungeon, if you ever start a new save, like, you just have to do this little, like, we're gonna teach you how to play the game bullshit. So I'll click through this. So, I was a horse girl my whole life. I mean, obviously, I still fucking love animals, every animal ever. But I grew up on kind of like a mini farm. We always had chickens and pigs, and at one point we had a couple cows, but nothing like we weren't like manufacturing anything. It was like a hobby farm kind of thing. And across the street from us, we lived on like a cul-de-sac of little farms, kind of. And the lady that lived across the street from us had horses and had a huge horse barn. And so my parents let me keep a horse there. And I had a beautiful black, 3-foot black, meaning 3 of his feet were black, which is kind of rare. Nobody cares. He was 15 hands tall, which was pretty fucking tall. He was a Tennessee Walker, and his name was Ketchikan. I named him after a place in Alaska. I don't fucking remember why. I was very young. But I kept my horse there. And so the payment was that I would go over and clean stalls for her, for the woman that owned the property, and ride her other horses for her. Because if you've never hung around horses or, you don't know anything about keeping horses, you can't just keep them and ride them once a year and like expect it to go well. You kind of have to like keep up with riding your horses. It's really, really good exercise for them, but it's also just good practice for them to know how to wear a saddle, be ridden, blah, blah, blah. And so I would go over and ride various horses for her around the arena and whatever and clean stalls out. Um, yeah, I was a horse girl. I was a hard horse girl. Like, I'm not kidding you. I had buckets of My Little Ponies. I have a My Little Pony behind me. Oh, you can't see it. It's behind the taco sign. I have an original My Little Pony behind me that I spent money on because I'm that kind of nerd. I was big time horse girl. Like, I collected like porcelain horses. Hardcore. Like, yeah. And so I would go over ride Ketchy, and then I would ride all her. I called him Ketchy. Why the fuck did I name him Ketchikan? I still can't remember. I don't know. Anyways, one day I go over, and it's 3 days before my 13th birthday, and Nancy, that was the lady who owned the farm, she was like, we have a new horse in the barn. Do you mind riding her around? She's apparently like a trick horse. I can't remember the word she used. Oh, dressage. Dressage. So I did mostly Western riding, meaning the saddle with the big old dick horn on it, not like the fancy ass bullshit. And I did barrel riding. I know, horse girl. And so I would never do that with a new horse though, right? But she was like a dressage horse, so she obviously knew something. And she was a gorgeous white Arabian horse, purebred Arabian horse named Nadia. And so I saddle her up, take her out, and I'm in the corral with her. And she is like fucking, if you've never ridden an Arabian horse or been around one for an extended period of time, it's like hanging out with a meth head. Like they're just crackheads. Like they're prancy and very energetic and weird and they hop and it's bizarre. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to take her on the bigger arena track just to give her more length to like gallop and lope and do whatever the fuck she wants and get the energy out of her. And I was coming around a corner, and one of the farm dogs came up and barked and scared her. And meanwhile, this entire farm has free-ranging dogs. They are herding dogs. They are used to animals. They don't do anything weird. They're trained. The problem is the lady who decided to board her horse at Nancy's farm did not inform Nancy, nor myself, nor anyone in the world that this was a green horse. Another stupid horse term. It means that they're unbroken. Breaking a horse is kind of an old school way of training up of like taking a wild stallion horse from the wild and breaking its will to live so that it will listen to you. It's it's horrible. Like we can just breed fucking horses. Like let's stop it. Some of the ways they would do this, for instance, is tie the horse's feet together and then whip the horse on the ass with like a riding crop and make it try to walk forward. The horse would fall over, do it again, fall over, do it again until the horse just gave up. It's terrible. But if you have a wild horse, it's the only way to tame it down so that you can trust it not to get barked at and buck a 12-year-old off onto a boulder and then thus right do this to said 12-year-old's face and collarbone. So I came around the corner. Next thing I remember is I heard a very large, very, very loud gong noise in my head, which I think was me hitting the boulder with my head. Which it was just like a rock at the edge of the arena that was a fancy rock with grass growing around it. No big deal. But my head hit that, and I think that was the gong sound. And then because I was not mentally prepared for this incident. I had held the reins and she tried to push away from me with her feet on my face. And I remember sitting up and my face was here and I had to like pick it up. And in my 12-year-old brain, it was a waterfall of blood coming out of my face. Like I was holding it and it was just like, bleh. And I looked up and the owner of the farm was there. And I I tried to say, is it bad? But what came out was, which wasn't a good sign. And so she freaked out, gave me a towel to put on my whatever was happening here. I don't know. I still to this day have no idea. I never saw it. And my fucking mother was at a baby shower, and this was before the days of cell phones. So we didn't know the person's phone number, I guess. And my mom's boyfriend, who's now my stepdad, wonderful human being, but my mom's new boyfriend was at our house. He's the fucker who had to take me to the ER. Can I just say, when you're 12 and a horse steps on your face and you're pretty sure you're mauled for life, that is not who you want to comfort you, is the strange man porking your mom. I was just remember sitting in his truck, like curled against the door, like, I need a hug, but not from him. But I still to this day, I remember this. He put his arm around me. Like, it was one of the most bonding moments we've ever had. Like, he's not, my stepdad's a wonderful human, but he's not like a cuddly man by any means. He's like a 6'6", construction worker dude with a mullet, like not exactly touchy. But he put his arm around me and like comforted me. Yeah, it was a big moment for us. Like I said, I can remember this. It was 22 years ago. It's crazy. But he took me to the ER where my mom's hospital she worked at, because we know everyone there. She's worked there forever. And I remember going into the ER and the lady at the desk was like, well, how bad is it? And I think I like took the towel down and she was like, okay, we're getting you a room right away. And they just walked me back and I was like, oh no, because the ER was full. And they gave me some pain meds. But before I knocked out, like not because they immediately threw me into surgery with a plastic surgeon to fix my face up and shit. I had braces at the time, which is the only reason I still have teeth. I remember seeing my mom walk past the doorway of my ER room laughing and smiling and looking overtly joyous. And in my child mind, I immediately like went out, like that was the point of the anesthesia or whatever they were giving me. I was like, shh, I look funny now. Like that was I remember going to sleep with that, like, I must look hilarious. Like, why is she laughing? I found out later on she was like crying out of relief. She thought my head was squished. When she got the call, I can't remember who actually called her. I think the hospital finally got a hold of her because the baby shower she was at was like a nurse she worked with. So they got a hold of her finally. She thought my head was mushed. And so when she showed up and saw that I was fine, it was just my jaw. She was like, that hysterical, like, oh, fuck, her brain's not leaking out of her ears kind of laughter. But it was really scary. I didn't ride horses anymore, if you're wondering. Be careful with horses. My parents didn't exactly do any better, though. They just got us all dirt bikes and BB guns, which ended up in one of my brothers only having one eye until his untimely death. Mm-hmm. It was very much like that nervous, thank God, like relief laughter. And she knew I was already in surgery, so it's not like she was going to walk in. Dude, right? I mean, and that is like verbatim exactly what I have remembered since the day it happened. I can remember it so clearly. I can remember the towel with the ice that the owner of the farm gave me to like hold my face on. I can remember it all. It's very bizarre how weird shit like that just like stains your memory. 22, that's a human being's life. I forgot how much I love his voice. Gotta turn that up. No, I mean, I had braces at the point. I never had fucked up teeth, but I have I guess it's called a crossbite. My bottom like teeth are a little bit wider than my top teeth where they sit. Can you tell? I think my smile's fine. It's not perfect, but it's fine. It didn't get fixed, obviously. The horse. But because I had braces, the braces are literally held together by a steel wire. I don't know what it takes to break a steel wire, but apparently it's more than a horse. Because my teeth all stayed together, it was just my jaw that shattered instead. But jaws are much easier to fix than teeth. I'm cool with it. Mel, you just got to remind me when you see a gesture pop up. Yeah. Dude, absolutely. A beast hater? Oh my god, I've never gotten 2 good ones off the first run ever in my life. I chose darkest too. I did not choose the easy, right? Wait, where can I see my difficulty? Hold up. I'm pretty positive I chose the like the original difficulty. That's pretty impressive.
Welcome home.
The braces literally saved my teeth. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
These corrupted lands.
I love his voice.
They are yours now, and you are bound to them.
You can bind me to anything, Daddy. So this was so I had like reconstructive surgery emergent like in the ER. And then this was like the next day or a day. This all happened 3 days before my birthday, my 13th birthday. And I was having a birthday party. And that was canceled, obviously. But before the birthday party, so I think it was like the day before my birthday or something, I had to go talk to an actual plastic surgeon about recovery, putting that ointment on so I didn't have scars and shit like that. And he looked me dead in the eye, and like, normally people can't really fuck with me much. I don't get scared of like people's intimidation bullshit often. But I remember he like looked at me and he was like, if you try to chew anything in the next 6 weeks, all of your teeth will fall out. And that's exactly how he put it. And he was like a younger doc. And I remember like sitting in that chair and holding in the crying. I mean, so I did not cry. Like I did not, but I was like sitting there like shaking, like because it was my birthday. And like on your birthday, you get pizza, right? And that's all a 12-year-old fucking gives a fuck about when they're 12. My mother got me Alfie's Pizza. And if you're not from Washington, I don't think Alfie's is literally anywhere else in the world except Washington State. I don't know why. It's pretty dank pizza though. It's like where every pizza party is for soccer games ever, or football, whatever you want to call it. But she got Alfie's Pizza and she cut slivers. Like she cut that pizza into the tiniest, like minute pieces to squeeze into my wired shut teeth so I could like suck them down on my birthday. That's mom. That's momhood for you right there. I don't know what is more like mommy than doing that for your child because it's their birthday and all they want is pizza. Because we were a very healthy family. Like we always cooked at home. We had 8 siblings. You can imagine how expensive it is to get food out for 8 kids. Most of them boys, big boys that eat a lot of fucking food. So it was special to get that shit. And I remember just my heart like shattering because I could, like if I chewed, my teeth would fall out. My teeth have not fallen out. By the way, I still have all of my teeth. I have a couple root canals, but I think that's still technically my tooth. Deep dish meat lovers pizza from Devani's in Minnesota. Oh my God. I love that. That warms my soul that you guys had the pizza. For me, it was Alfie's Pizza, and it was either just pepperoni or cheese. But I don't know why their pizza is different. I've never found pizza anywhere in the world that's similar to Alfie's. They're like one of those pizza places where you'd go order at a counter, take a number, and they'd bring it to your table, and they usually have like a salad bar. But the pizza is so good. It's like the perfect sauce to cheese ratio. I can't stand too much sauce. Like, if I bite pizza and sauce oozes out, other than like deep dish Chicago shit, I'm out. Like, that's disgusting to me. I can't. Yucky. Oh, snapped your arm in half? Oh my fuck. I broke my arm when I was in 4th grade, but I don't remember. I don't think I needed much help. It was my right arm. I'm a lefty, so I was pretty okay. It wasn't bad. This is still part of the tutorial in the game, if anyone's wondering. I'm not going to name any of these people because I know the stats they have. They're all terrible, and I will be killing them as soon as I get a new team. So, just give it a minute. You've never broken a bone? I've broken so many things, but still am. I've always been very reckless with just my body.
Ambition is stirring in distant cities. We can use this.
Don't talk to me. I was going to look at my difficulty to make sure it's correct. How do I see it? Gameplay. How do I see what difficulty I set it on? I'm pretty positive I did normal, but I just want to make sure because this game is no fun on easy mode. I do not want easy mode. You broke an arm when you were 3? Dude, when you're 3, you're made out of rubber. How did you do that? You broke your elbows? What the fuck? Like Chuck E. Cheese. Yep. Having 2 younger brothers? I don't have any younger brothers. I only have 1 little sister. All of my siblings are older than me. Well, I have two sisters. I consider them my sisters. They were raised with me since day one. However, they are genetically my cousins. But one is younger, one is older. So technically, I have 2 little sisters and 4 older sisters. We're doing a new save. I had to clear the saves for some reason back. I had to like clear my computer, and I cannot remember why. But I'm just kind of like bullshitting through this tutorial. No,
Your work begins.
I just don't know how to see my difficulty. It feels like I set it really easy for some reason, or maybe I'm just doing well. I don't know. I don't know how to see what I set it on. I have no idea. How do you see your fucking difficulty? Maybe I'm actually doing well. Who knows? Snap the ulna and radius in opposite directions to each other? Oh my fuck. Ouch. I broke my arm in PE in 4th grade. Our school was really, really small. And so when they had extra students, instead of like building a classroom for them, they would just get one of those portables, like a trailer to stick outside. And I was one of the portable kids. And so we'd have to go, our PE class was literally like just on the asphalt outside these portables. And they made us run backwards in lines. And I fell and broke my arm. That was it. I think I broke both the ulna and radius, but it was like a hairline fracture. Like my arm wasn't a different angle or anything weird. You know what I've heard over and over, and you can't ever like compare pain, I guess.
The cost of preparedness.
However, I've heard many times over and over that sprains are exceedingly more painful than a break. And I think that's because when your bone breaks, your body releases those pain-killing endorphins way faster than when you have a sprain. So maybe that had something to do with it. Because when my face was crushed, you notice at no point in that story did I say pain. I don't know if anyone noticed. I just told the whole story of my face getting crushed by a horse. I do not remember a moment of pain. Not one minute. Just the gong noise in my head. No stinging, no nothing. A horse tap danced on my face. Nothing. Interesting. Walking into Sears with my family, I just tripped and ate shit. Oh, God, ouch. That made the hairs. Oh, apparently you tell the difficulty by the save file. Oh, no shit. I'll do this. Well, I don't want to fucking waste my time if I accidentally put it on easy mode. Stupid. I'm gonna check it. I feel like I did too well. I named you Darkest Holes. So wait. Oh, is it this emblem? Is that the normal one? That's the normal one, right? You like my names? Just ignore it. Right? I would assume it'd be that, because nothing else about this really tells me anything. Fuck. I'm pretty positive I put it on Darkest. I mean, I'm 100. Come on. How would I do easy mode? It'd be so stupid. I am? Okay, so I just did really well. See, this is how much I don't trust myself doing well at anything. That's a bad sign, Katie. Good God. From a bouldering wall and instinctively locking my knees? Oh, fuck. Someone at our school fell off those climbing ropes onto the floor. Oh, no. Dude, I dated a guy in college who, I think I've told you guys a little bit about him. When he would chew soft food, his jaw would just pop over and over, like constantly. And one day I was like, bro, the fuck is with your jaw? Like when you eat soft, like a bean burrito, every chew would be this thick, like meaty, like in his jaw. And it was because when he was in like middle school, they had those hanging ropes. And you know how they had the giant fucking knot at the bottom? Another kid thought it'd be funny to throw it at his head. Dislocated his jaw and gave him like this permanent kind of TMJ bullshit. Miniman, how are you, love? Worst injury was when I was playing basketball, landed sideways on my ankle. Fell the opposite way, looking. Oh my fuck. You know, For as ridiculously long as my legs are, I have yet to break anything waist down at all. A toe. I guess I did break a toe stubbing it on a very hard wooden couch. But other than that, I've never broken anything waist down. That's interesting. You'd think, like, long ass fucking gangly swingy legs, like I probably would have snapped them into some by now. Nothing. I overbuy, by the way, if that bothers anyone. This is not the place for you. You did the same thing sliding into second? I could never slide. I am not a slider. Giggity. Just can't do it. Oh my god. I do the same. So the program that I use for like these
Did you take your joy today?
that shit, Go XLR, it has this finicky habit of not saving your settings when you change stuff. So I have now developed an OCD habit. I have to hit the save button 8 times before I close the program every day. 8. It's obsessive. It's okay though. It's not hurting anyone. Having a great time. You know, I've been stepped on by a lot of horses and never had a broken bone in my toe either, which is weird. Toyota Mike, would you like to cheers? Tripping on a highlighter? I did it. We had a couch that was kind of like this, but actually it was exactly like this. If you look, I want to make sure I don't roll over a dog. See how the couch has like this little wooden nubby leg on every corner? It's like a nothing leg, but it's wood. Like it is a solid wood leg. My fucking meaty ass legs in the way of that thing. So I had a couch like that when I was in college, but it was like a narrow leg, and I just walked past it too quickly, and it caught my pinky toe and just like out to the side, and the whole side of my foot turned black. That was pretty bad. But that's just me ADD walking. I walk fast with a purpose and with no eloquence whatsoever. Yeah, cheers.